Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Gemini sun signs, or if you have significant Gemini placements in your chart and are needing a masculine energy to work with or balance within yourself, then this reading is for you. So Gemini, a couple of strange experiences preceding this reading. I feel like maybe somebody's having almost like an out of body or like an astral travel sort of experience of being like, I was getting sort of like a way to describe it as being like from Star Trek, like beam me up, Scotty. I was getting that phrase, like beam me up, Scotty, like that kind of energy where like being transported from one place to another. But specifically sort of like into the astral realms, right? Like your consciousness being transported to like an astral space. So that's what I'm seeing here for you, Gemini. But anyways, so we're gonna get started with the overall context. The bottom of the deck energy, you have here the nightingale, and underneath that was the bat. So I sometimes see this, I didn't see the bat until now, but what this combination has come out in like a reading a really, really long time ago. I don't even remember what it was, but it was coming through as like a call and a response. So there may be something like, I don't know who you are in this story, Gemini. There's two energies. Put yourself into whichever role seems right to you. But it comes through as being sort of like somebody's being called and the other is responding, is how it's coming through with these two energies, because you have, and it's a connection that's happening through the moon, because you do have like moon energies around here. But anyways, the nightingale talks about an expression from the heart, so it connects sorry for the focusing, it connects the heart and the throat chakra. I was getting kind of like this energy of like somebody who has like perhaps has something that they need to express, or like some sort of truth, or like a solution or something. But I feel like it's like in the physical realm, like instead of like sending like a message or a text or calling or whatever, it's like they're having trouble with that, is how it's coming through. Like the physical, like in this realm, physical type of expression is difficult. So it's happening through the moon, is how it's coming through. This call and response is happening like astrally or spiritually or emotionally through the moon. The moon is like the I don't know how to describe, like the connection. The moon, it's happening through the moon. I don't know how else to, so it could be in like sleep or in dreams, right? It could be like an astral connection that's like happening through sleep or dreams. We'll leave it like that generally, but that's sort of like the energy that's coming through here. It's interesting with the other decks that I'm using. You have the venom at the bottom of the Archetypes deck. So there may be something here about like some sort of venom, perhaps that exists within the physical realm. It was coming through as being sort of like, sometimes words can be sharp, right? So it might be something about like, maybe there's someone who is having, it might not be that. I was actually kind of seeing something like, there was like a weightedness, like they were like wearing like a heavy vest, and there was other things on top of that that were just sort of like masking the simple truth, or like the simple, like it was like a very simple shirt that I was seeing, or a role. Because if I dream about clothes, that usually means like some sort of role that you are playing, or like some sort of like aspect of identity, perhaps. So this one had a very sort of like simple, crisp, clean, like white shirt is what I was seeing, but it was masked down and weighed down by all of this sort of like, I don't know, it looked like a weighted vest. I have no idea how else to describe that. It was like a weighted vest, like the opposite of a flotation device, where it was like something that was keeping them weighed down. That's what I'm seeing with this Venom energy. Anyways, so there's something about that. Like maybe that has to do with like their ability to express themselves. But I feel like that's clearing, because as what else I was seeing is that, you know, when you remove like a heavy weight, or like if you do weightlifting or whatever, or like you expend a lot of energy or doing training or whatever, and then afterwards your muscles kind of feel jelly and weak. So I was feeling that on like the chest area and like the arms. So it could be that there was like somebody who was carrying like a really heavy weight on their chest, on their arms, and it was also like going down to like the solar plexus, like their whole torso area, especially because I was seeing a shirt. Like it might be something about like I actually feel like that weight is being removed. I have no idea who this is for. Anyways, you also have here the key, which I love so much, which is talking about like the solution to something, because I feel like there's one person. So that's the overall context. I know that's so long, but the first cards you have here, the desert, I feel like this is somebody who is perhaps like, this is the one who has some sort of like, it's coming through as like a message from the heart, or like truth, or like something that needs to be expressed in whatever way. But I feel like they're in sort of like the desert energy, which is kind of expressing like not feeling, well, it's interesting, it's feeling like not feeling grounded. But I actually feel like that's like change. Okay, hold on, give me a minute. So somebody who is feeling really weighed down by something. So almost like too grounded, like too enmeshed in some sort of physical environment, like weighed down is what I was seeing. I feel like they're desiring to be beamed up, right? Like to have some sort of weight removed. I feel like that's happening through this connection. There's some sort of weight being removed from this person in order for them to express some sort of message from the heart. And it is coming through with this energy here with the golden egg and the rabbit. You can see all the colors here. The golden egg is the heart chakra. And I often see this card as well as being sort of like a message that requires the right environment in order to be understood and expressed properly. Because it's kind of like if you open, or if you listen to this message in an environment that's not the right environment, whatever that means, it can become distorted, or it can be almost like venomous in some way. So it's kind of like, so maybe that's part of it. It's like whatever is needing to be expressed, for some reason, can't be expressed in the physical, because it would be perhaps the message would become distorted, if that makes sense. Like if this message was expressed just like through regular words, or through like a written message, or like through the voice, like it would be distorted in some way, or perhaps there would be a possibility for misinterpretation or that kind of energy. So it's kind of like, I feel like this one knows this or is struggling with how to express it in a way that would not be misinterpreted, but it's happening through like an astral connection. It's almost like the moon is serving as like a translator, almost, is how it's going through. It's just so interesting. The moon is like a translator. But what you have next here is the bridge and the bardo, right? So this bridge card came out in an Aries sun reading that I did a couple weeks ago, so I'll link it above in case it resonates with you. But this card talks about like a bridge that's made of love, right? That this connection is one of love. Otherwise, it wouldn't be, there wouldn't be a connection, is kind of how it's coming through today. Because I feel like there's somebody here who may be doubting that, or like having, I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I feel like this is talking about like, this is a soulmate, astral, spiritual connection of some sort. And the bardo, which is so interesting because this talks about like a liminal space, but I'm seeing this as being sort of like the astral realm. The astral realm. Like this is where sort of the meeting is taking place, or the like it's happening very sort of in a liminal space, in the in-between, in like this again, not physical, non-physical space, a non-physical space. And it's kind of like within this space, right? Within the astral space, which is sort of like all about emotions. It's about feeling, intuition. And there's like things about this space, this astral space, where things can be said that perhaps can't be said otherwise. There's a lot of forgiveness and understanding and compassion that happens within this astral space. So it's kind of like there's someone, like this connection is meeting in the astral space where like all of this emotion is being expressed, like things that perhaps can't be said out loud or in the physical realm for whatever reason, are being expressed in this space. So there's like understanding and compassion and like clarity and healing. And I feel like there's something here about like I feel like there's actually something happening very significant about like some sort of obstacle is actually being removed from within the astral space, if that makes sense. It's like because of this meeting that's happening very spiritually or astrally, like it's having physical consequences in the real life of like actually I don't even want to use the word real life because like it's okay, anyways, I don't want to get into philosophical conversation at the moment, but it's like there's in the physical, let's just call it that, in the physical, tangible life. Somebody might be like questioning whether or not this is real, and I feel like the answer is yes. But okay, anyways, so the other cards that are coming through for the rabbit in the desert space, the energy that they're sort of in, you have here the portal for the withering and the mountain. So some sort of challenge that they're encountering, but with the key card coming out, it's like there's a solution to this. I feel like there is a solution to this problem that whoever it is that's in this space, they're finding a solution, is how it's coming through perhaps through the connection, right? But it's interesting, like the withering in the desert, it could be, so I often talk about the desert card as being sort of like a lack of resources, or just like this person may actually be experiencing like very significant or strange visions, or sort of like out of body experiences, or unexplainable events, maybe. I don't know. It's coming through very strangely today, but anyways, we'll continue. So we have here the very first card here is the Ace of Trees. So again, look at this landscape. It's very dry, but what this Ace of Trees is coming through with is this like golden egg. I feel like whoever is in this desert energy actually has something very valuable here with the Ace of Trees. It could be that they found the answer here. Like, it's kind of like the desert just metaphorically is sort of like, kind of represents like a hermit thing, like a hermit venture, like a place of solitude, a place of like intense isolation maybe, or something like that. But it's like, I feel like there is some sort of gift or Ace of Trees, Ace of Pentacles kind of energy that is being revealed to whoever this person is, but it feels very tangible because it's coming in with the pentacle, the trees, the material. But what's coming out next, which is so lovely, is this peacock and the cosmic tree. So this peacock, this is the Empress card, but it talks about sort of like a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. So it's kind of like there's someone here who has some sort of, I don't know, like a message or the key. They have the key to something, the answer, the solution or something. But it's almost like being shown to them through a spiritual vision or experience, right? It's kind of like they're seeing the answer or the solution as being this tree. I'm seeing these as being the exact same energy today. This is the Hermit card, I believe, in this deck, where it's like something in the physical is being shown to them in the astral, and it's like this is the true like essence of whatever this thing is, if that makes sense. This reading is gonna be so long. I might have to do like an extended. So it feels like there's like some sort of physical thing that is being expressed or like being shown to them in like the spiritual astral realm, and it's like this is the seed, this is the beginning of something, but it's leading to some sort of like bigger manifestation or bigger creation or something like that. I feel like it's like somebody has the beginning of something and it's gonna grow into this, the cosmic tree, but they're just seeing glimpses of it at the beginning. It's like the first half, it's like some sort of obstacle having to move through this. Anyways, that's so fascinating. Okay, next up you have here the Three of Embers, which is like, I'm seeing this as being like somebody who's going through some sort of astral experience, right? It's almost like they're like being lifted off the ground, metaphorically, or like being called, even like being called towards some sort of connection. Could be being called towards some sort of connection, because the cards that are coming out next, you have here the Protector and the Bridge card. So the Bridge card came out underneath the bridge, and this is why, because this Bridge card is the Moon card in this deck, that this connection is happening through the moon. Okay, anyways, and it was being like, you have here the portal for the soulmate coming out underneath the bridge. So this is absolutely a soulmate connection. You may not even know this person yet, but I feel like for most of you, you do. But anyway, it does feel like there's some sort of connection happening. I feel like with the Protector card, because this is the King of Wands, it talks about pursuing some sort of creative project that your creativity is protected. So there's something here about like diving deeper into some sort of creative project because there's protection around it, is how that's coming through today. And what's on the other side, or like what's on the, is that the right way to phrase it? What's in the astral space in the Bardo, right? You have what came out underneath the Bardo was the snake card. 1 second. Okay, sorry, we're back. So what's coming out underneath the Bardo is the snake card. This card talks about divine protection, like it's a guardian kind of energy, which is coming through with the Protector. And it talks about like sparking some sort of potential, because so I feel like there's something here about like, I'm feeling this as being sort of like the other person in the connection, but it's like happening through the astral realm. That there's some sort of like, because you can see here the seed of life, right? It's almost like because there's one person, whoever discovered this Ace of Trees, someone here who has some sort of truth or key or answer or message or whatever this represents to you. The discovery of this almost like is what caused the connection to come together, is how that's coming through, because the other person in this dynamic is coming through as being like sort of like this guardian energy, where they have the healer and the patterns. And if you look at the patterns here, and this pattern in here is the seed of life. So it's coming through, especially with the healer as well, that so there's some sort of healing that's happening in the astral realm, perhaps having to do with like patterns in some way. Patterns are not always a bad thing. However, I do feel that what it was that was being healed was perhaps a pattern of, again, being like really weighed down by something, is how it was coming through. But with all of these sort of, so anyways, it doesn't matter. I feel like that part's being cleared, whatever that is. I also feel that there's something here, like the waves are really important, right? Like this one, there might be somebody like very intuitive, is a healer in some way, who is responding, is how it's coming through. They're responding to whatever the call is. They're also coming out here with the Geomancer. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. But this is, again, I feel like this one has some sort of ability to grow something here with the seed of life. They have some sort of gift or ability to nurture something or to grow something, whatever the Ace of Trees is, right? Like this sort of seed is how that's feeling to me. And I feel like they may be doing that already on their side of things, if that makes sense. Like in their physical reality, they're perhaps preparing or I don't know, preparing or like getting ready or that kind of energy. You also have here, which is really interesting, the orbs and the Seven of Embers. So this is the Strength card in this deck, but it talks about like having support in the spiritual realms with the Seven of Embers. With the Seven of Embers, this card talks about like having to defend oneself, but it's also emphasizing this energy of protection, like protecting oneself that there is a lot of protection around whoever this one is how that's coming through. There's a lot of protection around whoever's in sort of like the Bardo space, especially with the Venom coming through, that there's like something that needs protection. Perhaps this new creation or whatever, because you have here the Bardo, this card, or the Protector card actually came out in between, like in the bridge space, like that the connection is also protected. I feel like the connection is also protected because, especially in the astral realm, like there could be... Anyways, I don't even want to bring that into the space. So I feel like it's just talking about that there's... the connection is protected. And I feel like... So there's something here about like this one here is going... is the first energy, whoever the rabbit is perhaps going through some sort of obstacle in terms of perhaps like expressing in a way that is not fearful, especially with the rabbit, like not fearful, not anxious, like is just like truthful and honesty without I don't know. They're having trouble expressing something, or like, I feel like that problem's being solved. So I'm not even going to focus on that. That problem is being solved in the astral realm in some way. I have no idea how. It just happens. I don't know. Okay. And, but this one here, the healer energy, is needing to, like, perhaps they're protecting their energy in some way, or having to defend themselves from outside influences. This reading's getting long, so I'm just going to move on. But what you have next here, the Composer, which is the Page of Cups, but this card talks about alignment, and harmony with the universe. So I feel like this one is in alignment and harmony with the universe, in case they needed sort of like a confirmation of that, of like, there may be energies in the environment that are like challenging them, or like they're having to use a lot of strength, but a lot of strength in order to defend oneself. But I feel like with the Composer, it's coming through as an energy of like, there's like guaranteed success around you about whatever this particular challenge is, and that you're protected in this place here. You're protected in this connection and in this creation as well. And then the last couple of cards you have here, the Eight of Trees and the Unknown, the Judgment. I feel like there's some sort of... So the Eight of Trees in this card talks about mastery. That there's someone here who's going through like... they're mastering some sort of skill. I feel like though there's... With the Unknown, because this is the Judgment card, it is sort of like an initiation kind of energy where it's like... There is some sort of challenge in order to get you to the next level, is how that's coming through. And with the Ace of Birds, because I wanted to know what the key was at the bottom of the deck, and it came out with the Ace of Birds, which is the Ace of Swords, right? It's talking about truth, some sort of truth. I'm just going to leave it generally like that, because this reading is very long, but... for you, Gemini, I always get such like interesting readings for Gemini. It does feel like there's two people in the connection, and it's like there's a meeting that's happening through the moon. I'm gonna leave it like that. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. It helps so much. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can find the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.